Hello and welcome. I am Prachi Gupta. As the whole world battles the coronavirus pandemic, every single day is bringing in hope. Hope of a breakthrough. Hope of a new vaccine. In this COVID 19 bulletin, we bring you facets of that hope. Curated information on the new developments in science and technology each day that can help us in managing and overcoming the ongoing crisis. Amidst all the grey feeling around us, there seems to be a silver lining. More testing for coronavirus infection will now be possible with the new machine Cobas 6800. This new machine can test 1200 samples in a day. Cobas 6800 is a fully automated high-end machine to perform real-time PCR testing of COVID-19. The machine is enabled with robotics that minimize the chance of contamination as well as the risk of infection to healthcare workers. The reason being, it can be operated remotely with limited human intervention. Cobas 6800 is capable of carrying out diagnosis of various infections such as viral hepatitis B and C, HIV, Mycobacterium tuberculosis, papilloma, cytomegalovirus, chlamydia, Neisseria, and many others. The machine, however, can be installed in places which have facilities with biosafety level 2 or higher certification. One such machine, installed at the National Center for Disease Control or NCDC, has been dedicated to the nation by Union Minister of Health and Family Welfare, Science and Technology and Earth Sciences Dr. Harshvardhan on 14th of May. The Ministry of Ayush is working to address the problem of COVID-19 pandemic by carrying out clinical studies of Ayush systems. One such research project is a joint initiative of the Ministry of Ayush, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, and the Ministry of Science and Technology through CSIR, while the Indian Council of Medical Research or ICMR will provide technical support. For this initiative, the Ministry of Ayush has constituted an interdisciplinary Ayush R&D task force, which has already formulated and designed clinical research protocols for studying the effect of four different interventions, namely Ashwagandha, Yashti Madhu, Guduchi, and Pipili, and a polyherbal formulation named Ayush 64 on COVID 19 positive cases. The research will have two aspects. First, to study ashwagandha as prophylaxis against COVID 19 in subjects with increased risk during the COVID 19 pandemic and compare its action with hydroxychloroquine used by mainstream allopathic doctors. Second, the task force will study the effectiveness of Ayurveda formulations for treating mild to moderate COVID 19 cases. Apart from this, a study on the impact of Ayush based interventions for prevention of COVID 19 infection in high risk populations is also planned. The result of such a study is expected to pave a new horizon in understanding the preventive potential of Ayush interventions during pandemics like COVID 19 through scientific evidence. Let's hear more about Ayush interventions from Vaidya Rajesh Kotecha, who is the Secretary of Ministry of Ayush.
This is a first time ever in history of India has happened that Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Ministry of Ayush, and Ministry of Science and Technology came together to launch this study. And ICMR is giving a technical advice, and CSIR is also on board of Ministry of Science and Technology. So it's a big joint effort. So four candidates are Ashwagandha, then Yasti Madhu, that is Mulethi, Guduchi, that is Giloy, and there is an Ayush 64, is a research product of our council. Originally, it was invented and patented for the treatment of malaria, and we are repurposing. So these four drugs, we are doing different kinds of studies and different designs of studies at different centers of the country. For example, Ashwagandha, it is prophylaxis for health professionals. We are comparing it with hydroxychloroquine. Hydroxychloroquine is immunomodulator. Ashwagandha is also immunomodulator. So there is a comparative study available between ashwagandha and hydroxychloroquine for the treatment of rheumatoid arthritis. It's published, and it's published in a very high impact journal, Journal of Rheumatology. So we are trying to visualize whether ashwagandha can be repurposed and can be compared with hydroxychloroquine. And I'm sure, it is hypothesis, but I'm sure, because I'm also a practitioner, I'm a clinician. So I know that there's a great possibility that ashwagandha will be a good candidate, and we may be able to prove it. and we only need to wait for 12 weeks. In 12 weeks, we will be able to know. Other than ashwagandha, all the another three candidates we are using as a standalone prophylaxis and also add-on therapy. Add-on therapy ka matlab that these drugs will be used as a add-on to the standard care for COVID patients, mild to moderate symptom patients. And this is also already everything is planned. Clinical protocols are finalized. Clinical protocols are vetted by the reviewers, and it is also vetted by the ICMR. So we are bringing science into all these things, and I'm sure that this effort will prove that traditional medicine like Ayurveda, homeopathy, Unani Siddha, they are having a lot of potential to deal with such kind of pandemics. Ministry of Science and Technology is our knowledge partner, because CSR has a lot of inbuilt knowledge about doing such types of studies. This is one thing. Another thing, they are also funding our projects. Third thing, that they have Triple IM Institute in Jammu. Indian Institute of Integrative Medicine is a CSR laboratory in Jammu. So they have WHO GMP facility to prepare standardized material for the medicine. So they have provided us all the standardized material of ashwagandha, guduchi, pipali, and industry also is also on board. So they are knowledge partner providing standardized material and then coordinating with the nationwide coordination. So they are on board. I want to add that in addition to CSIR, we have DBT on board, Department of Biotechnology. So CSIR and DBT labs also helping us for these four candidates and other plants to look at preclinical studies or mechanics like antiviral. These plants, these what we have decided, we have selected, they are popularly antiviral also, but we don't know whether they work on COVID-19 or not. So we will verify at the same time while going on clinical study will be going on. Will be in laboratory, will verify whether they are actually antiviral or not. So how in mechanics, how they work, So mechanic study is also important because clinical study, when we see great results, we have to understand how it worked. So we started studies together simultaneously. Mechanic study, antiviral studies, and clinical study, everything is going on together. So CSR is helping us, DBT is helping us, Department of Atomic Energy is also helping us for such kind of studies.
Scientists across the world are racing against time to develop a vaccine against coronavirus. In India, too, various startups, research institutes, and companies are also trying hard to come up with a vaccine. Now, a fund of 100 crore rupees has been designated from the PM CARES Fund for the development of the vaccine. This enormous funding is to ensure that scientists are not constrained by resources to carry out their research in this area. That is all for today. We will be back with another edition of COVID-19 Bulletin soon. We hope that you all are safe, sound, and staying at home. See you soon. Namaskar.